Hi everybody, I'm Scarlett. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to discuss 5 common mistakes that lightworkers and empaths make. Mostly I know these because I've made these mistakes myself or I've seen people close to me make these mistakes. The first mistake is avoiding the public or avoiding the matrix. And namely this happens because you forget to do your aura strengthening exercises. There's a lot of Kundalini and Tantra yoga exercises that work through the solar plexus that help you to strengthen your aura and make you immune to these environmental sensitivities, the sound, the light, other people's energy. It's like having your own superhero protective shield around you, and you won't know the difference until you've done the work and you see that you can be in the same situations but you're not being affected in the same way. A lot of the isolation is related to feeling misunderstood or feeling like you don't fit in, and a lot of times you might want to take the approach of like being in your own little world and not having anything to do with the outside world, with the matrix. The word actually comes from the word mother in Latin. It also means source or origin, that which encloses or gives origin to something. Since the matrix is where we come from, it's something that can be reformed internally, not through avoidance, but through internal transformation. The matrix is simply the source and origin of where we came from. It is not something that should be feared, but rather faced and integrated. The second common mistake a lot of lightworkers and empaths make is repressing sexual and creative energy. I say these two together because they are one and the same. You'll notice that when you become more aligned with your sexual energy, you also become a lot more creative, a lot more bold, and a lot more expressive, because sexual energy is very much related to the energy of inspiration, to outward creation. Much like how your sexual energy is related to your unique way of being, your creative energy will flourish and be a lot more expressive and unique once you're aligned and tapped into your sexual energy. I see a lot of conscious beings regurgitating information, reposting things, rather than tapping into their own divine intelligence. And the best way to do this is to understand that all information, all creation comes from this infinite storehouse of intelligence. So there's nothing that's available to other people that's not available to you. It's simply a matter of aligning with that creative energy, aligning with source energy, and learning how to become a channel for it. The third mistake a lot of lightworkers make is trying too hard to help and save others. This can happen so much so to the point that you lose yourself on your own path and you become absorbed in the energy of another being and don't even remember who you are, what your unique energetic imprint is. It's important to remember that everyone here is on their own divine path, their own journey, and sometimes the mistakes and suffering that we want so hard for them to avoid is a necessary part of their learning process. You don't want to create negative karma by intervening in these lessons that people need to take. When you intervene, it can be a vote of low or no confidence. It's sort of like saying that you don't believe this person can break through and make a transformation on their own. And a lot of the times it can be enabling where they lose their own strength and power and depend on outside sources, outside people like yourself, to maintain their strength. Although it's incredibly difficult, it's important to recognize that everyone has the ability to transform and create their own path, change their own path, and tap into divine energy. The fourth common mistake lightworkers and empaths make is creating resistance through protest. A lot of the times we see something we don't like and we want to advocate, scream, yell, protest, picket sign against it, not understanding that resistance and focused energy only creates and exacerbates the problem. It's important to promote what you love rather than bashing what you hate. By focusing your energy on the positive alternatives and providing others with a different path to take, you allow for a more realistic form of change rather than being in a protesting victim mentality and feeling powerless, as though the only thing you can do is call attention to this negative thing happening. Negative publicity is still publicity. We all know that a lot of people take advantage of this and use it because it's still a form of energy, and they learn how to use it to their advantage. So sometimes the best thing to do is to take the energy off of the negative thing and place it into something new and positive, and channel all the energy, the collective energy and support towards that instead. The fifth mistake a lot of lightworkers and empaths make is avoiding money and abundance. We've all heard the stories that corporations are corrupt, the intermingling with corporations and politics, and a lot of people are tired of it and want to write off the system as a whole. Unfortunately, this isn't the best way to create transformation. The more financial prosperity that a person has, the more they can actually do good. They can donate to causes they love. They can use that prosperity to create organizations, to give to charity. Since money is a form of energy, you can use that energy to focus and put into what you want to promote. It's important to remember that money is currency. It is not anything in and of itself that's positive or negative. It is a neutral energy, and we must not confuse the tool for the person using it or the organizations using it. One very powerful way to create change is to practice conscious commerce. So understanding that your dollar is your vote, learning which organizations to support, where you want to put your money, becoming discerning about where you're spending money, and remembering that your dollar is your vote. So when you remember that you practice your choice and your power by choosing which organizations and which companies to support and which to withdraw your energy, your currency, your support from, you are affecting change, especially when this is done on a collective level and we create conscious awareness of where we want this collective currency, this collective money to go. We take back our power and understand that we are the creators of this reality, and we are the important agents of change, and we're not as powerless as we have been made out to think that we are. The common theme in all of this is we are integrating from the inside out. We are creating change through transformation rather than avoidance. Acting from a place of strength rather than victimhood. Remaining neutral and emotionally balanced. That's about it for this quick short video. If you have any suggestions on positive changes lightworkers can make, comment them below. Let me know your thoughts on this video, and till the next one.